Welcome back to an eerie, seemingly infinite labyrinth of liminal abandoned office spaces and empty rooms. Just kidding, we're in your local movie theater parking lot. Gotcha again. We're at home.
Sadly, we are at home again.
I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
And we are fresh out the film.
Yes, we are.
Oh, guys, that was a hard intro. That was the hardest one yet. I usually just say a random, place.
That was a really good job, honestly.
Thank you.
I interrupted you during that intro as well, and you still knocked it out of the park.
That's okay.
So, kudos to you.
That's okay. We have to say something about, because we're not, the whole thing our podcast is. But it's not our fault this week. I don't think, necessarily. Because
Definitely.
we weren't going to do an episode on this movie. We were going to do an episode on Mandalorian and fucking Grogu. And I didn't want to do that. We both separately saw a different movie, and then we decided to do the episode on that instead.
Needed to talk about this movie much more than needing to rip on The Mandalorian and Grogu for 2 hours.
God.
Yeah, no. This is going to be a much better experience.
Yeah.
I would hope.
I would say so.
Yeah, I don't know. We actually... I was able to edit out us saying that we were going to see The Mandalorian and Grogu as well in time.
Oh.
So it's very nice.
Well, I think it's good to say that we saw...
We're an honest podcast.
Instead of seeing, a fucking Star Wars TV show, movie, corporate, we saw something else.
We did.
Thank God.
And we apologize for the mic quality today if it is any different. I just realized there's another fan going crazy right now.
Oh, it's my air purifier. Do you want to turn it off?
I probably should.
Yeah, it's just the top button. You can hit it. The power button.
Sorry about that, folks. Air purifier.
Sorry, guys.
Mistake right there. But, anyways, the mic quality kind of sounds like we're in a back room of our own. So,
Yeah.
we're not, though Mara's room definitely could be a back room, right?
What?
I can see it. I can see a room being one of those places that just continues to extend, having all the stuff on that. It would be a scary one, dude.
I like how I tried really hard to just, conceal the movie that we saw today, and then you immediately... But it's okay.
I didn't say anything.
Just for the sake of a joke. I get it.
No, that is my bad. I forget. It's a big reveal, dude.
It's not. We never actually reveal it. We always say it before. But I like to pretend it's a big reveal.
It's the truth.
Because it used to be.
It did.
There was a time when we started this many years ago.
And every once in a while, you are, auto-listening to episodes, and you don't know... when I'm listening to podcasts, you don't know what the next episode is.
Yeah.
So it can be cool.
Yeah.
But we ruined that.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I saw this movie at the movie theater, obviously, with all of, not all, but, a bunch of my coworkers, and it was really fun. I invited Gio. He did not come.
Nope. I saw the movie later, alone.
Yeah.
It was good. I mean, yeah, no, it was a fun experience to see. There's still a good amount of people in my theater, even a week and a half or however long it was after the movie came out, or 5 days. Actually, just under a week.
There were a lot of people in my movie theater, even though 17 of them were with me, but
17 is
okay.
how
It was
many?
probably 15.
That's still crazy.
It was we went to dinner. It was 14 people at dinner, and then at least 3 or 4 people more came to the movie.
That is awesome. I've never seen a movie with that many people. What was that like? Did that help or hinder your experience?
Well, it was a little distracted. I was a little bit. It was hard to lock in with a lot of people, and there was confusion with seats and all of that, because there were a lot of other people in our theater as well, a lot of other big groups of people. So. But I liked it. I thought it was fun.
That sounds great. I wish I would have been able to make it and be your 18th person or whatever. I just realized we have more news to share. I don't mean to catch you off guard, but it is adjacent to the topic, which we have not gotten into yet, which is the Odyssey tickets.
Oh, yeah.
We just secured, this is the first time we put this out on the internet, tickets for the Odyssey on opening night in 70mm IMAX. the most sought after showings that sold out on the day of. It was easy for me. I had enough notifications on. We got it. We're gonna see it.
Guys, let's pray that I get my shift covered.
Yes, let's pray that you get your shift covered.
Or maybe I'm not scheduled. Maybe that's the
If not, you're gonna get really sick, sadly. So I pray for your recovery.
Don't put that out there. Don't.
Well, I'm just saying, I pray for your recovery.
No, I'm just saying, don't say that on the internet. Because yes, that is what I'll do if I can't get it covered. But we can't say that.
I'm not saying anything, dude.
You just did.
No. Okay. I know how to talk around that type of stuff.
But honestly, I'm pumped.
Me too.
Hyped.
We're going to get that episode out that night, too. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to record that episode, and that night, we're going to get it out. I might need your help on the drive home, because we could literally be at the top of so many podcast charts immediately just because we have an episode out.
What am I going to help you with?
I might need you to just do some editing on the road. Some slight editing. It's going to be some really simple stuff.
I'm like, are you going to make me take the wheel?
You're going to have to drive. No, but I did think about the last half of that episode we could do on the drive home.
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry, I've taken us off the rails once again.
No, that's fine. We haven't even started yet.
True.
So that's why.
Flawless.
This is the time where we talk about random shit. Like last time I think we talked one of the times we were talking about the musical that I was listening to. So it doesn't really matter. But yeah, I had a great time at the theaters with all of my coworkers. It was a good time. And that is, to be clear, the only reason I did see a horror movie in theaters, because typically, and in the past I have said I do not see horror movies in theaters.
Yep.
Because I get scared.
It's a rarity.
Yeah. But I powered through, just to hang out with my coworkers, because I like hanging out with them.
Oh, nice.
And we also went to Chili's before, and that was sick. So, yeah, good time. And I do have, we'll add it at the end, I have a bit of what their opinions were and what people were saying, because I went with a wide variety of people, and we were able to stay and chat after, so... Got some of the opinions of the group that we'll share later.
That'll be great.
Yeah. But the movie that we saw, not today, was Backrooms.
Yay.
Whoop whoop. Yay. It was directed by Kane Parsons. Cinematography was done by Jeremy Cox. The music was done by Ido Van Bremen, as well as Kane Parsons. Okay, that was fun.
Sorry, I didn't know that, yeah.
It is starring... Fuck, I didn't write down either of these names. Okay, stall for a second, stall.
I actually knew that Kane Parsons worked on the music for this one because I was watching an interview earlier. And I've been watching a lot of interviews with Kane Parsons, and he's just talking about how hands-on he wanted to be with everything and had to kind of pull back a little bit in the editing room, or I don't think he got involved in the editing room because of how involved he got in the music. But it's just got to be difficult because, as we'll learn in a second, this is his thing.
Yeah, it was starring Chiwetel Ejiofor. I definitely did not pronounce that correctly.
Chiwetel Ejiofor.
And I'm also gonna... Yeah, that was much better. Because I said it 1,000 times.
You said it right.
Here, why don't you just edit in, a little clip? I'm gonna start making you just, edit in, every little thing that I say.
Killing me, dude.
I also won't be able to pronounce this actress's name. Academy Award nominated actress, by the way. Renate Renizve?
Renate Renizve. I have no idea.
You just say it with confidence.
Yeah,
I need
that's
to
what
start
you have
doing
to do.
that. I'm gonna get better with these pronunciations. I promise. The budget was $10 million. And do you know how much it made?
$81 million.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say it because I assumed you knew.
Yeah, I did know.
Yeah, but it made $81 million. Do you know how much it's made now?
Oh, how long is it after? 2 weeks? 2 weeks and a couple days?
Yeah. So, the gross worldwide currently
No.
That's a buzzer noise, by the way.
340 million.
No.
What is it?
212 million.
I'm high. I guess it doesn't have that crazy international appeal. I thought it would be more like travel word of mouth and keep going crazy in the States for a while.
Lot, which is wild.
No, that is a ton of money,
Yeah,
especially for this on that budget. I mean, 20 million, right? Is that it?
10 million.
10 million. That's insanity. Yeah. It's making your money back and a little bit.
Yes. It has a 3.4 out of 5 on Letterboxd, a 7.1 out of 10 on IMDb, and an 88% on Rotten Tomatoes.
See, that's interesting to me that the critics are liking this one better. You know, I think slightly, and it's not marginal, but I mean, it's based off the math that we normally do it seems that way, and I would think this is an audience type of movie. I mean,
I completely agree, especially with how, like, they've been talking about how, like, not with how they've been talking about, with the numbers of how well it's doing in theaters. Like,
yeah.
I feel like that
exactly
points to that the audiences would like it more, but...
And I don't think there's, like, real... I don't know... I don't think this movie warrants critical acclaim from in many places. Like, it's very, very good, but like, I don't know. We'll get into the conversation. Maybe we'll uncover some stuff, but it seems like it would at least be even.
Right, like, just for a reference on Rotten Tomatoes itself, the critic score is 88%, and the audience score is 74%.
Yeah.
So just looking at those in, like,
that's nuts.
The same format, which lines up closer with, obviously, the IMDb and the Letterboxd score, which is interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
See if we can figure out why.
Yeah. Alright, are you ready to jump into the story?
I sure am. Do a little spoiler warning real fast. Oh, I actually, before I get into the story, I have a slight little preamble for how this story's set up, just so if you don't know the concept, you're not absolutely thrown off guard, because this story's a little bit jarring.
Yeah.
The Backrooms originated in a 4chan thread where it was a single still image of an empty yellow room. Dude, I don't even know if you know this. It said there was a little caption on it that said, "If you're not careful and no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the back rooms, where nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, and the endless black background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz and approximate." Okay, it just keeps going on, whatever. But that was the whole thing, and it was just an image. Kane Parsons created it into the viral YouTube series that people are now pretty familiar with Blender and Adobe After Effects, and then the concept blew up. He sold it day 24. Here we are.
Can I say, the only thing, because I knew nothing about this, and I was at dinner with my coworkers, and one of my coworkers, the one that works at the movie theater, friend of the show who we've talked about before,
yeah,
only showed me and, like, my other friends who didn't know what it was about, like, that, like, post and the photo and the caption.
Oh, that's so cool.
So that is pretty much, like, all I knew going into it.
What was your headspace like then, walking into the theater with just that bit of knowledge?
Well, I was thinking that, like, my main thing through this whole movie, which I'll talk about a lot, was, are they going to be able, because this seems like such a open thing, they could really do anything with it, of, like, what is the concept gonna be, what is it, like, are they just gonna be, like, sort of, like, wandering mindlessly, are there gonna be, like, just, like, no answers to really anything, just a bunch of, like, I really was wondering what the concept was going to be inside of it, and that's what I was looking for. So I think after talking to people who, like, knew a lot more of, like, the Backrooms lore, had a very different opinion than I did, for sure.
That's really interesting. That's cool, man. Kudos to your friend for showing you that.
Yes.
That's big time. So, yeah, that brings us to our actual story. The film starts with a videotape from the 90s. An unseen scientist is wandering through a mysterious location known as the Backrooms, recording whatever he sees. There's scattered furniture throughout the vast empty halls and rooms. Naren finds a room full of video camera equipment, tries to radio for help. A seagull then flies out of nowhere. This guy continues wandering until he sees some large growling creature stomping towards him. He tries to run or escape, but he fails and gets attacked. The video cuts out, and you see that it's being viewed by some scientists.
I feel like scared after you just read that. I was feeling so anxious in the theaters.
It was a good start. I will say,
it was.
If you're talking about, like,
I got scared.
You wonder what they're going to do with the concept, I'm glad that wasn't the movie. Right? Because that was, like, the found footage. That's an homage to a lot, the actual series, of course.
Right.
But it's like, if it was just the wandering through and people trying to figure it out from the inside, I would have not preferred, or, the government trying to figure it out.
Yeah. So
much better for what it ends up turning into, I think.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Which is, first, turns into a story about this furniture owner named Clark, of Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire. Should I say Captain Clark's?
Captain Clark?
Yeah, I was about to say Captain, but that's not quite
Captain
right.
Clark.
He's struggling to keep his business afloat because he's competing with a different store owner, apparently. I don't even remember that. He visits his therapist, Dr. Mary Klein. This is Renee Rinsve, however you say her name, from Sentimental Value, if you've heard us talk about that on the podcast.
Did you recognize her?
Oh, yeah. She's got one of those faces that you just, like, instantly... I recognized her, but then I couldn't think of what Sentimental Value was called, and I beat myself up for, like, 20 minutes trying to think of it.
Well, I couldn't remember what she was in, because I was like,
Really?
I know who she is. And then after I was talking to people, and they're like, I have no idea who she is. And I was like, what? How do you not... I swear she's, like, someone very, like, that I very much know. And then I looked it up, and I was like, oh, duh.
That's why, I don't think she's at that big yet, but these are a couple of pretty solid movies to get going here, man. Bring her into the mainstream, am I right? Jesus.
Well, I mean, she was nominated for an Oscar.
Exactly,
yeah. So.
Career's going crazy. And then to do the Backrooms movie after that?
Is she, like, Norwegian?
I don't know.
Swedish?
Somewhere around there.
Yeah. Like, she might be big in, like, movies that we don't know, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, 100%, but that's what I'm saying. She has not crossed over to the mainstream yet, so based on the people you're talking to, which is the mainstream, the general public's knowledge. I think, dude, we're about to see her in a freaking Marvel movie or something. I hope not.
Well, she was obviously great in Sentimental Value and fabulous in this as
She
well.
was. She's very good in both. Can't wait to tell you who is going to be casted, though. Actually, I don't know if you care about this person necessarily, but I'm not. It's in Gio's Hidden Gems.
What?
We'll have to wait.
Just dropping hints like that? That's fucked up.
Dr. Mary Klein, this woman we're talking about, frequently thinks about the destruction of her childhood home and her mother being institutionalized. It's basically just some flashback. She has this little rock that she gets from, that her and her mom, it's a piece of concrete that her and her mom put their hands into a long time ago. Mary has Clark roleplay with his issues that led him to divorcing his wife, such as alcoholism, and just like being late and stuff. What do you think about this therapy technique? Is this a thing?
I don't know.
I have never heard about it. This sounds like the worst therapy technique ever. Here, let me role play this person that you have a ton of anger towards, and let's just uproot that anger and just pretty much just let it flow. I guess maybe a good way to get it out. I feel like it's just rehashing the thing.
Well, it's not rehashing if he's never dealt with it technically.
That situation though, it's very unnatural to be happening after the fact, right? Normally you have a situation and then you deal with that situation in therapy or whatever by talking through it, I assume. But to bring the situation back into the forefront to that extent, it seems like, oh yeah.
No, I completely understand that, but if I'm trying to see it, you know what I mean? I could see a side of it where this is a situation where the recurring behavior that he has a problem with is happening.
Yeah.
So let's go through this situation. And he still doesn't admit he's wrong in this situation. Like, when they've, you know what I mean?
They've had those other
that's
therapy
what it
sessions
feels
of already going through the steps of trying to get through it. And then they have to do,
Right.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That's, if I'm trying for that. But I get complete, because it feels just, like, harsh, because, it's our, like, pretty much our first, like, interaction. Like,
to our two main characters, yeah.
It's not like how it starts isn't, like, super aggressive, but it gets there, and it's the first time we're seeing them interact, and you're like, okay, what kind of fucking therapy is this?
Yeah, Clark gets pissed.
Yeah.
And... yeah, it doesn't quite reach... I think we just cut, right?
Yeah.
I don't think we get the aftermath of him being like that after him just getting really mad.
No.
But Clark tries to film a promo then. We go to a very funny scene, which is... made me think there's going to be more comedy in this movie, which is the assistant Kat Taylor and her boyfriend Bobby Roberts. But it goes wrong when a chair that Clark sits on breaks. It's just this, infomercial style... like old, TV. All this takes place in like the early 2000s.
What? No.
Yeah.
Is this not it's the 80s or the 90s? What? I was about... Can we get a time check? Because I was about to make a...
I don't know why I just like assumed it was the early 2000s. I just kind of saw the TVs and thought it was.
I'm pretty sure...
Well, no, there's camcorders. 90s maybe? It'd have to be 90s at least.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, I think it's the 90s. It says the late 70s through the 90s. I think that's the, series.
The series.
So around that time, because I was gonna make a point.
That makes
Bobby
more sense.
is his name, the guy who...
Yep.
Because when
Bobby Roberts.
When he first appears, he is wearing a end apartheid crop top. Which you would not be wearing, like obviously that's...
I don't know what that is.
That's that... It says, it's a crop top that says end apartheid on it.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
I'm bringing it up just so it's because it's going to come up later.
That wouldn't be worn in, wait, that's going to come up later?
Yes. Ooh!
What?
Ooh! This is fun! Especially because you're going to go see this movie later this week.
Did
right?
I miss something?
If you don't remember this crop top, then yes. Because we were all talking about it outside after, and half of the people noticed and half of the people didn't. And half of the people noticed something else that happened in this scene. Oh, this is going to be a fun episode.
Holy moly. Okay.
Yeah, so Bobby, when he first appears, he is wearing an end apartheid crop top.
Okay,
and to
very
me,
important.
And a few other people I was with, it was just, so obvious. You're like... yes, it's the 90s and he's wearing this crop.
Okay.
It was so obvious to us and funny. And a great choice. Great choice.
Oh. I think I know. And I think I know what the reason is as well, why it shows up where it does. I think I know. Holy fuck, but I didn't connect dots or actually see it. This is crazy. How much more of this, we'll continue with the story. But it goes wrong, later he deals with the store's electrical problem, meets with an electrician. They go to the basement of the store and find an electric panel, and they see there's a couple switches that are just diagonally set up on the bottom. It looks very out of place. It's weird. It's like there's some sort of, portal over there that's warping stuff or something.
Yeah.
So then at night, Clark is staying in the store because he's trying to figure out why so much power is being used. The show he's watching is interrupted by a video from the Backrooms before the TV goes out. It's quite a scary moment. Kind of feels Five Nights at Freddy's-esque, if you ask me. So watching security footage.
I've never... not familiar, but...
My only familiarity is one movie. I never played the games or anything, but...
Did you watch the FNAF movie?
Yeah. Well, no, not the new. I don't know. I watched the one with Josh Hutcherson.
I was gonna point that out earlier because the coworkers that I went with, the last movie they went to was the FNAF movie.
Really?
When we saw Kill Bill.
Wow.
And a lot of them have given me shit because I didn't see the movie with them, so that's why I had to go to this movie with them as well. With it being a horror movie.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I didn't actually see that one.
I didn't either.
Clark goes back into the basement and sees a bit of light coming out from behind one of the walls. To his surprise, he's able to pass through it and finds himself in the back rooms. He literally just walks through the wall. It looks very, very odd. He wanders in shock for a while, and he goes way further in this place than I would have.
No. Yeah.
Which, honestly, I just thought of this now, because in the moment I was like, bro, what are you doing? Stop going far, and it's just a horror movie thing. Why is he doing this? But then I just remembered he's an architect. So that actually makes sense that he would be able to, like, go into a building and keep his, like, tracking as he's going, have the structures in his mind just continue. Because you see the map that he builds of it, too.
Right.
So he's probably just mapping in his mind as he's going through.
For sure.
But he's doing a lot of weird stuff in here. And this is like that, this is the backwards. That's what we were talking about at the beginning. The carpets, the office, the yellow walls, the fluorescent lights. He comes up on backward stuff, stop signs, because all the things, like random stuff that pops up, they're things that are made in reality, but they all have things that are slightly wrong with them. Like the stop sign, the words will be backwards. Or there's a cardboard cutout of, was it George Washington? It says a man here, but I thought it was somebody I recognized.
I don't know.
Plus, multiple voices speaking in different languages. He also sees several artifacts fused into the floor, and even finds a badge. He then sees the creature from earlier, causing him to run until he finally makes it back to the store's basement. And that first little view of the creature is terrifying, man. I mean, I guess we do see it at the beginning of the movie for a frame or two, right? In the footage.
Right.
But it's just this super tall looking thing that's got some sort of, I don't know, it just looks like a person on stilts pretty much.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a tall, like shadowy figure, like type thing when you see it in these early scenes, as well as the beginning recording.
100%. At a corporation called Async Research Institute, a scientist named Phil watches a recording of Clark walking through the back rooms. Clark returns, this is going to be important for later. Then Clark returns to Mary to tell her about the back rooms, but based on his depiction, she thinks he's suffering from alcohol withdrawals. And probably some other levels of insanity, possibly. Or, I don't know if it would be instead levels of crazed thinking.
Which, is fair, because it's like I'm walking through this wall in my furniture store, and it's this entire strange office building underground, and she's like, yeah, sure. Like, it sounds crazy, which is fair.
Yeah, no, it's weird. I don't know if it's considered dramatic irony technically, but it's one of those moments where more, like, he's telling the truth. So it's like, you're like, oh, you wanted to believe him a little bit, but it's...
yeah, he's telling the truth, but he also sounds like crazy. Yeah, it's like, and he's he's talking about it, like, really, like, frantically.
Yeah, he's manic.
Yeah.
Totally.
Manic, completely.
So he promises to return to her with proof, so Clark goes to find Kat and Bobby wearing his crop top to recruit them for gathering research.
But not his end apartheid crop top, just a plain white crop top this time.
Just a plain white crop top this time.
It no longer is his end apartheid. So the end apartheid crop top is what he was wearing
he was
first seen, and now he is no longer wearing his end apartheid crop top.
I think I got it.
Because it is a new day.
Yeah, it is a new day. But hey, that's a nice enough crop top to wear 2 days in a row, so respect to Bobby for not doing that. Clark puts up tape around the space to enter the back rooms and shows Kat and Bobby what he found. They react with a bit surprised, because it's like, oh, okay, buddy, yeah, you put some painter's tape on the door, or on the wall or whatever, and you think there's a door there. Let's maybe walk you to the hospital.
Yeah.
It's a little bit concerning. But they follow Clark in, and... What?
Yeah, I did think they did, like, a good job of representing just, like, the different sides of, like, what people kind of would have reacted to this, because I personally would have been on, Kat's side as her.
Yep.
Her name, where she's like, no, she's like freaking out. She's like screaming, she thinks it's terrible. She doesn't want to go through there until both of them are through there and are like, come through, it's fine. Even when she's in there, she wants to go back the entire time.
Yep.
Bobby, he's just kind of like having it, like, he thinks it's kind of cool. Like, he seems a little hesitant, but he's mostly thinks it's cool and is kind of the comedic relief, so he's just, like, making jokes and whatnot, and is, like, down to explore, but it's just, like,
Bobby.
two completely opposite sides of how you would be in that scenario. Where would you fall on the scale, Gio?
It's a good way to represent. I definitely want to go in and figure out what the hell that thing is.
You'd be on Bobby's side?
Yeah, but not as flip. I'd be like, okay, yeah, we're definitely gonna figure out what this is, but we're gonna be very, very smart about it. Yeah. I wouldn't be going in like, oh, cool, look at this stuff. Yeah. Like, that's not, but dude, that is too much of an enigma to not go and try to figure out.
No thanks.
Dude, because it looks inviting is the thing. Like, it not inviting, it doesn't look scary enough, though. Especially at the beginning. Once you start getting further in, it's like, okay, maybe never mind. But, that is, if that stuff just opened up, dude.
No, fuck that.
Especially because it's like, it is underground, so I could convince myself for a while that this was just here.
I would not. Like, because even if it was just there, I wouldn't want to be there. Like, just the way, like, the hallways are, like, kind of, like, dark, I'd be like, get me out
It's a little, it's inviting enough, man.
No.
You're the smart one.
I'd be out of there.
See, great representation, both Bobby and Cat.
Exactly.
Bobby's tied to a rope then as they're looking around a spot, and they, for whatever reason, have to go way down to this, like, this little ramp, and so Bobby goes down.
I think a laundry chute, is it not?
I don't know, man. I mean, it might. Yeah, I guess it is.
Just because when we've been talking about the room and that we've been saying the laundry room.
It totally is. I just didn't even think about that though. I mean, it just looks like a little cubby, and then with a ramp inside that goes way down. But it is.
I think that's
a laundry chute. I just never thought about that because it just, I don't know. Yeah. It doesn't look like any laundry chute I've ever seen, but it leads. Fair. It's got all the clothes at the bottom. It leads right to the freaking laundry. It's no shit. It's a laundry chute. He goes down there and it gets pretty scary. He tries to go further in for a second, until he sees some movement back there, and he's like, "Pull me up, pull me up, pull me up."
Okay. Can I talk for this? Okay, so basically he goes down there, right? It's very scary. He's attached to this rope, and he like wants to go like farther, like he's trying to go like farther in. He goes into this sort of like side-ish room of the laundry room where these like baskets of clothes laying, right? In one of these baskets, okay, and I did not see this, there apparently was a face.
What?
Yeah. So you need to look for this.
A face?
Yeah.
Whoa, yeah, because I'm seeing it tomorrow. Again.
What I saw, because I'm also going to rewatch this, but I'll look for that too, of course, but since you're going to see it soon.
Yeah.
What I saw, and what Bobby sees when he's down there that throws him off on top of the laundry pile, and a apartheid crop top that he was wearing in the first shot. And he sees it right before the, like, creature, all of that thing happens, and he gets scared, and he, like, runs to get pulled up.
It's not where I thought it was gonna be. Wow.
So, that crop top was there. Apparently, there was also a face somewhere in that, but I did not see that, but multiple of the people I was with.
Who was the face?
I'm not sure, but they kept saying they thought it might come back up. And there were a few things like that people saw that I didn't, where they're like, I thought that was going to appear somewhere, and it just didn't.
Oh my god, that is so cool.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
So, a few things in that scene. I only noticed one of them, but,
So why do you think that's there?
So already, that moment that happened, I realized some shit was, like, now I was completely locked into the fucking movie. I was like, okay, some weird shit is coming, there's gonna be, and here was where my head was at the moment, right? Other than being, like, scared of, like, all the things that are currently happening, was, like, is it going to be some really confusing, over-the-top explanation where it's like, I'm not following this. Like, this makes absolutely no sense, I don't know. Like, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, this could go one of two ways. So that's where my head was at this moment, and this is the moment where I really locked in and knew some strange shit was definitely up. Because that's not like a normal crop top. That's something that definitely grabbed my eye at the beginning, and then they had, like, it was, I was locked in.
I have some thoughts. I don't know when I should talk about them, because I didn't notice any of this. So I was still just in normal horror movie mode. But I think I understand why that's there. Why the shirt is there.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Do you have a theory on that?
I think so.
Okay. We'll get to it when it would have clicked in my mind, because this fits the picture of what my theory is.
Yeah.
Or not really theory. The movie kind of gives it to you. But, so yeah, but anyways, Bobby he's freaking out because the thing's chasing him. He gets pulled back up the ramp. Honestly, a great moment that they constructed here, because he gets pulled up the ramp and he's safe. But then they tied him too tight. So they're trying to get him untied as he's getting pulled back down. Don't let me go, don't let me go. And then he gets pulled back down.
It's fucked.
And unfortunately, he's gone. Kat, no hesitation, goes after him and gets separated from Clark, who tries to hide. Clark goes into a Christmas room.
Yeah, it's so creepy. I'm stressed out just talking about this. Oh, fuck.
In the Christmas room, he sees two humanoid figures, known as the Still Life, apparently, moving towards him. Clark then makes it to a room where Kat sees him from the other side of the wall, but he cannot see her. The creature then grabs Clark's camera and moves towards him. This was an awesome little shot, because they go to camcorder mode, where Clark's, which is...
Oh, I forgot about this. It's so good.
Because, Clark's running, and he turns on the camera because they're trying to record all this for proof. Now, this was one of the moments where, I don't know, he's maybe also a photographer on the side or something to give, why would you be holding this camera for as long as you are and getting perfect shots of it? Come on now, dude. But it is cool, I guess, for cinematic reasons.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one bugged me.
No, I thought it was so epic, because not only, were you gonna get there to how this scene ends?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I did with the camera.
Oh, yeah, I was just
about to talk about,
Can I...
100%.
Okay. So basically, he's holding the camera and recording everything, right? And then this creature, this monster, whatever it may be,
Still Life.
we do not know yet. We see the camera just goes up because this creature has now grabbed it, and we see it from the creature's perspective for a second, and then it just goes dark.
So cool.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. I loved it.
Yeah, that's why I realized that's why they had Clark holding the camera the whole time.
And then I was thinking about how they should do that more, and I was thinking about what movies they do that more, where, someone's recording something, and then it's being recorded now from the monster's perspective. I think that's fucking awesome.
So cool.
I think that's so cool, and I wish they did it a little longer, but I think how they did it was so, it was how it was supposed to.
Very, very different, but kind of like Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. You know, the whole scene of him holding the camera.
I mean...
torturing the guy.
Yeah.
It's the monster of the story, taking the camera and using it as their POV. I said it wasn't that similar, but there it is.
You're right.
Alas. Mary then... so then the movie switches up, right? Mary is now the main character. She gets a message on her answering machine from Clark, who says he is never coming back, which raises her concerns. Meanwhile, Phil, the scientist dude, is at home with his family when he sees a commercial for Clark's store and looks surprised when he recognizes Clark. Oh no. So Mary goes to Clark's store instead of calling the cops to try and find him, because she is not only therapist Mary, she's detective Mary. She goes to the basement and ends up in the... this just says ends up in the Backrooms. They do this in a really cool way, actually, because they ever go down, they see the wall of, the wall with the painter's tape around it that's marking a door.
Yeah.
But, obviously Mary, it'd be crazy for her to walk up and touch that, I feel like. Because it's like, if you're going to walk up and touch that door, you're pretty much solidifying that there is a chance that this person is literally being real, which doesn't fit her reality at all.
Right.
So instead of that, they had a fly go through the door. And I thought that was a very intentional and smart decision. Remember how intentional I thought that was, because this will come back in Gio's Hidden Gems. We have a lot of setups, because this is interesting.
Well, no, I thought that was great. And also, I think the way, like, Clark... sort of, it's revealed in the beginning, like, he's more like he's leaning up to it and, like, is hearing stuff from it, like, more so than, like...
Yeah.
Which I feel like is more of, like, a human, like... Yeah, and then he falls through it, then, like, I'm gonna step through... Because
definitely.
You don't think that's real, you don't believe in that, so why would you, like...
try and walk through the wall.
Act like it's real. So I like both
unless
of
you're on
those,
platform,
how they did it,
and unless you're between platform 9 and 10.
Yeah.
At
exactly.
Yeah, I forget what that something cross. I can't remember what that station is called. Dang it, that train station. I can't make the joke. I'll continue. Clark brings Mary into. So Mary gets in and she pretty much wanders around the backrooms for a while. And ends up in a room with creepy drawings before Clark emerges, which is terrifying. Clark is kind of nice at first, but then when a still life walks up, he puts her in a headlock.
Yeah. Terrifying.
Next thing you know, we enter hell. Clark brings Mary into a room that is recreated to look like a regular dining room with poorly created copies of other humans, the still life, occupying the space. Clark explains to Mary that everything in the backrooms is something or someone remembered. Clark opens the fridge door, which is a little scary because it reveals Kat's severed head inside, which is very dark.
Terrible.
But it gets worse because he cuts off the scalp of the female still life, and with the great line is he goes. And I haven't even shown you the best part or something. You can eat them too. Or so I think I butchered it, but it was just so bad because he takes the scalp. It's got this weird like foam on the inside or whatever, and you can they eat them. He also then cuts off the scalp of this female still life in the corner, who's got red hair, to make Mary continue reenacting his marriage roleplay. Literally placing the freshly chopped scalp onto her head.
Are you done?
Nope. But Mary refuses and tells him that finally is honest with him and says his life left him because he's so whiny.
Yuck. Okay, sorry. I had to, like, plug my ears for, like, half of that. So gross.
This episode's gonna need a content warning, man.
So gross.
They're not real. They're still life. Calm down.
So gross.
No, that's it's bad.
I'm
man.
Sorry, I'll lock back in.
Absolutely horrific scene. She eventually manages to talk Clark into letting her go, since he wants to remain in the backrooms. This causes the other still life to scatter, since the main dude, the tall one that we saw earlier, is approaching. We see, when we finally see its face, it takes a warped and deformed appearance of Clark as Captain Clark. Clark is like trying to speak to it like a friend. Kind of, you think he has it under control for a second, but then the still life chomps into Clark's neck, killing him.
Yeah.
So that's it. Mary runs away through several areas in the backrooms that are like pretty much all the budget, and like 84% of the budget towards the set went towards this run, because there's all these little scenes of her life, like her neighborhood and her stores, lobby, all this stuff. The still life chases her until Mary finally breaks its wooden leg, starts hitting it with a rock that she carries, the piece of driveway from her childhood home, which is a nice callback. I guess she always carries that rock on her, so it's nice to have. It's a very, very good thing. Mary triggers an alarm and sets off gas. That sets off gas for whatever reason. Where's this gas coming from? Who knows? We're about to find out, though. She runs from the still life to where she originally entered the backrooms. Or well, not to where she entered the backrooms, a different one. And is found by scientists.
Yeah. So
now Mary's in an interrogation room, where she's greeted by that Phil guy, the scientist. He's asked her to confirm the thing she saw, but she cannot begin to explain. Phil tells Mary that their company used to make MRI machines, but they shifted their focus after discovering the Backrooms have been trying to map out the place. So that explains all the dudes in hazmat suits and scientists that we've been seeing. As Phil continues talking, his words drown out as Mary just has a light smile on her face. Inside the Backrooms, more spaces based off Mary's memories have been recreated, including a still life of her sitting in the interrogation room. And by the way, I should describe these still lifes, like specifically these ones of people, or whatever, I guess some of them, they're so creepy looking because they have like multiple faces. It looks like they're like faces are made out of AI where they got like two noses on it, they're like split into like thirds, their faces. It just looks, it's so wrong looking. I can't even describe it. Like, this movie is hard for an audio format. Like, very difficult for an audio format. But that... and they all lived happily ever after.
No, they did not, but yeah. What were your thoughts? I feel like we should just talk about the ending for a moment. So that ending to me, I like how it didn't just like that. It didn't go full gore horror for the climax, which was cool, because the climax was really that scene, and it was a lot of gore within that scene, right? But it was the tension sitting at that table, which I just loved. But as far as the concept and like her being in the Backrooms at the end, or the still life of her, I think the Backrooms definitely creates this allure where you want to go and be a part of it, right? I believe. And Frank, is that his name? Clark. Clark's has that still life in there that looks like him. And I think that Clark created that still life in the Backrooms the same way that... Oh no, like the therapist created that still life in the Backrooms the same way that Clark created his. And now that thing is going to be existing in there. And she is probably going to go back in eventually and confront it or stay with it or whatever it is. Because I don't think it was just like Clark's life with his wife necessarily. Like, it is the memory, the aspect of like having old things in the Backrooms, but I think there's more to it, Yeah. With memory that like just keeps you connected to it like a magnet. Right.
I don't know. What do you think?
I would agree with you. I think I was pretty like confused by the ending, I will say, but I thought I liked that I was confused. Like, I liked that I didn't necessarily know, not that I didn't know, like, the basic, like, concept of everything that was happening in the Backrooms was explained.
Yep.
But there were still so many things left open, but I was, like, in a good way.
Agreed.
If that makes sense.
It's like a, almost like Severance, where they just give you so many enigmas, right?
Right.
And then answer enough to satisfy you, but leave enough for future things.
Yes.
Like, that is totally what it felt like. Because I think this really could have been a movie that just feels too chaotic to even wrap your brain around. But this feels like you're right on the edge of figuring it out.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
Yeah. Or could have also felt like if they went into it, like, farther, could have felt like this is too much.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need all of the, like, it would have been, I liked where they ended up ending it.
100%. Sure. What do you think the Backrooms are, exactly?
Well, I think they're just a sort of collection of memory, sort of, like, in a way.
I definitely think, it's connected to memory. I don't know if they're created by memories, but they're definitely... It's expanded with memories.
I think, I don't know.
Is everything in there created by memories? I mean, probably. I
feel like
because Clark's like an architect, so he'd build those like office buildings.
Right.
So okay, yeah. So it's just and they also talk about the beginning of the movie in that like audio, but there's this big connection to like an audiobook in the movie talking about like seeing outside the window and all this stuff. They're also talking about the loops that people are always in throughout their lives, you know?
Yeah.
So it's connected to that aspect of the loops that we all put ourselves in every single day, getting caught in the same thing, you know? So I think that's an aspect of it. And if you just like basically rather than looped it, continued to spiral it inwards, you know what I'm saying? And it just like devolved into chaos.
Totally.
Nothing that ever quite completed. Because do you think that woman at the end is Clark's wife?
No.
Okay, because I think that memory I might have asked this wrong. Do you think that that's a memory of Clark's wife?
No.
I think it is. I think that woman standing and that whole scene by the kitchen is Clark. It's the memory of being there in the kitchen, because that's where they talk about being in the therapist room. And that woman is literally his wife, and that's why he takes off her scalp and puts it on the hair onto the other, because it's like the closest he can get to role playing it.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's his memory of her.
Yeah, no.
As a still life.
That makes sense for sure. See, I didn't really understand that. I was closing my eyes a lot during that scene because it was so fucking gross.
It was bad. It was so bad.
And it was like, you know when you just have to like close your eyes and like plug your ears, like not even because anything bad is happening, but just because like the concept of something bad just happened and you're like, get away.
I was watching that scene wide-eyed because it was gripping in a way.
I need to rewatch it for sure.
Dude, because
I know I do, because I didn't understand a lot. I picked up on, like, a lot of the little things, but I didn't pick up on, like, a lot of, like, the main concept things that a lot of people were explaining to me afterwards.
Did anybody talk about the wife thing?
No.
I could be wrong on that. I
think that makes sense.
But because I think that's what those other things are in there, too, because it's all memory-based.
Right.
Also, I think those things are also created by memory, and some of them don't feel like they're fully people, though.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. I don't know. It's just an awesome concept. It's a crazy thing to try and think about.
Yeah.
I think the one thing that comes to my mind when thinking about the Backrooms initially is that uncanny valley feeling. I've never heard him talk about this specifically, at least in these interviews that I've listened to, but like it's like he created this concept created the uncanny valley feeling for a place rather than a person, which is so fucking cool because I felt it before. You know, I felt like that. I like when you go to a place and you like been there as a kid or something. It's like a distant memory or that like some sort of deja vu connected to it. I don't even know.
Yeah, or like somewhere that you see like a dream or something like that. Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. Or just kind of like that old like abandoned like vibe.
Yes.
Like I feel like, you know that, I don't want to name drop it, but like that abandoned place like that we have like sort of by our house that's like we've talked about how movies should be made there and they're like it's old and broken down. That kind of gives sort of like that like back room, like any of like the buildings there I feel like would give like a back room.
This is like it's like a museum.
Yeah.
It's a park like statue museum. What the heck do you call this one? It's like a statue garden or whatever, but it's combined with like this kind of circus looking architecture and stuff. It's
right.
Like, yeah, but it could totally be a backroom.
Yeah.
No, there's so many places that I feel like I've been in since then. I'm just like, yep, this could be the start of one.
Completely.
It's so cool.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really good. Let's talk about our favorite scenes, shall we?
Favorite scene, yeah.
I would say that my favorite scene, maybe, I don't know if we sort of touched on this, but we didn't talk about it in depth, but it's more of just, it's not a very long scene, but mine was just, it was the shot that kind of just keeps falling from this, like, I guess it's her childhood house?
Yeah.
Like, the room that just keeps falling, it keeps going, and keeps going, and keeps going until you see the back rooms, like, and it just, like, transitions from one to the other. And it's, like, some people say that, like, that was kind of, like, dumb and, like, so, like, obvious of, like, well, now you're showing us a very, like, visual aspect of how things are. And it's like, no, but I thought it was so cool.
Because it just showed the deeper layers and what,
yes, there was another thing of honorable mention of what I said before, of, like, the when he's shooting it, when he's not shooting it, when he's recording it on the camcorder as he's being chased, and then it's picked up. Like, yeah, that's a little stupid of, like, how is he seeing all of this, and why is all this up? But, like, I just love the choice that they made there with the camera, for sure. I thought that was great. That would be my favorite.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. I mean, dude, that scene now with the face and the shirt, the crop top being in the laundry is now I want to put up there, which also we didn't even talk, but that makes sense within the memory thing.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
Him seeing that shirt that he wore yesterday.
Yeah.
So he started creating his own rooms in there, which is so cool. Bobby did. But I think mine will be it will be the kitchen scene, sitting at the dinner table in the Backrooms, because it was just, I felt like so creative. So much of the scare for me came from the tension rather than the shock moments. And though there were great shock moments within it, multiple of them, 3 or 4. And I especially loved how you knew that the still life could move because you'd seen him move before. But again, the dramatic irony, because the main character, she's sitting there and she doesn't know if they can move or not, and she's like keeps looking back at him to see if they're gonna do something. So one of them's sitting right on the left, and then finally, like, once things start building up, you know, the one guy flicks the light off, the other person starts, the woman starts running, like all this stuff, and it's so good. That's mine.
Yeah, least favorite scene. See, now it's hard for me to try to, like, differentiate between the scenes that, like, scared me and I didn't want to watch, and my actual least favorite scene, which is what I'm here trying to decide. Which is very difficult for me, but I think I'm just gonna go with the conversation at the end between the therapist and the scientist guy, and the only reason why is it's because, like, the only time from, like, the time that I locked in, like, saw the crop top laying in the, like, pile, really locked into what was happening, until the end of the chase, until that time, I was able to, like, think about, like, the logic and everything that was going on, and I wasn't really able to for the, like, rest of the movie because so much was happening, and I was so into all of it, so it was the only time during the movie where I was really able to, like, sort of, like, question and think through the things happening in the movie, and then it, like, ended and I was like, okay, that was sick. But yeah, that's
good choice.
That's the main reason why. And it's really hard for me to think because a lot of the scenes scared me and I didn't want to watch for that reason. But they aren't actually the worst. So that's the one that sticks out. Look, it didn't take me forever.
That was good. Yeah. That was quick on that one, yeah. I think mine is going to be the Captain Clark commercial scene.
Yeah.
Just because it just felt really out of place in the movie, and it was supposed to be that way without a doubt. But it, like, showed this aspect of Clark being fed up with his life that I don't think was hit on enough throughout the movie because they're so focused on him healing from his relationship. So it was just, like, they brought that up early and you could see how much that killed him to just, like, do that stupid commercial and everything, and how that's not him. But then the mentions about him being an architect and all this, but that wasn't followed up on enough. So I think that it soured it for me, that scene.
Yeah, that's totally fair. Alright, favorite. This one is gonna be hard because we don't have a lot of characters to go off of.
Yeah.
But favorite and least favorite character.
Yeah.
Let's start with our least favorite, because
Yep.
Let's mix it up.
Least favorite, do you have one?
You take it away.
I guess I'll go with, Bobby, because he was more of a plot device, you know? Like, and I didn't like it. He just didn't have much to him. Like, Bobby or Kat didn't have much to them, but at least Kat, like, didn't want to go in the back rooms and all this stuff. Bobby was just along for the ride and then got tied to a rope and eaten up within 5 minutes of screen time or whatever it was. See, I don't know. He did his job, so it's hard. I least favorite.
Yeah, it's difficult because there aren't a lot of characters to go off of, and I liked Bobby, Cat, Clark, and Mary.
Yep.
Mary?
Yeah.
I liked all of them.
Were you singing like Bert right there?
No, I couldn't think of it, so I wanted to sing it quietly.
Jolly Holiday with Mary.
Oh, that was like that.
Yeah.
Love Mary Poppins. I'll go with is he a scientist? I called him the scientist guy before.
Yeah, scientist.
Yeah, the scientist guy.
I think he's a scientist.
Was there to just like have the conversation with him.
Yeah, exposition.
And again, he did his job, and he did well, but there's not a lot of people to choose from. So let's go to the important one. Our favorite characters. Take it away.
Favorite characters. I'm gonna go with split between two.
Right. You'll take one, I'll take the other.
Okay,
so.
I'll take Clark.
Okay.
I was kind of talking shit about his character a second ago, but for a horror movie character with this concept, you could just throw him in there, and especially with this traumatic background, just have a bunch of crazy stuff happen connected to that, and it would be fine. But instead, they really did give him layers, and I liked how they have him care about his relationships, with Bobby and Kat, trying to get them back and stuff like that. And I don't think he's he doesn't have enough time on screen to be written as well as he could be, because he's really there for half the movie and then he turns into a psychopath. But getting to see those two sides of him, though the middle's lost, is still pretty freaking cool. Yeah. So I'll go with Clark.
I will go with Mary. I mean, I think she was really well done. We got a lot of her sort of backstory. She got, I think, one of, the really good callbacks with being able to kill the sort of monster with this childhood rock that she had a connection with. I thought was nice. I think for, the lack of all of the callback, it was nice to have a few of them, pay off, and I thought that was a really good and, symbolic one, as well as I think it was just her as the therapist position, there was a good enough reason for her to go into the back rooms and be concerned about her client or whatever, and need to check on him, or that all made sense. It was never what the fuck are you, why are you going, a little bit of that, but it was more so once she found him, she doesn't have much reason. She could believe this is some type of underground office building for, the length of time she was in there, type thing. So those are my thoughts.
Good one.
Yeah. Alright,
that's the better character, honestly.
Positive quality.
Positive quality? Well, I'll go with the sets.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because I thought they were awesome already, and then we got the whole scene of Mary running through her memories, and I was just blown away. I forgot about that little showing all the states of backroom that Mary's house could be in. I love that. But it was also cool because I saw enough of the backroom sets in the trailer where I would see shots early in the movie that I knew would be backroom shots later, which was so cool. There was one in the therapy room, in that room, where it was just I remember seeing this where the couch is in the floor and the yellow walls were there, so I knew it was a cool feeling to know that was coming. Yeah, the sets, definitely. Yeah.
No, for mine, I'm just gonna go with the overall concept. I said in the start, that was kind of where I was looking for, is where are they going to go with the concept, and just going through the memory of it's all just and that's why it's a little bit off, and all of these reoccur, it just, because it makes sense, but it also is one of those things where if you think about it a little too much, you're wait, I'm kind of confused. Yep. But it just makes sense if you're okay, just believe, it, all of the logic seemed to line up without it being, like, overly confusing or, like, overly, like, having to, like, explain something, like, crazy and wild. And I feel like how they explained it, they also did it in a really, like, good way. But that was my main concern of what are they gonna do with it? Is it gonna be something of just, like, wandering through? Is it gonna be sort of... Yeah, I didn't know. It could have been just, like, a really, like, unoriginal idea that felt just like a bunch of, like, horror movies of, like, ooh, like, going through, like, lost spaces and being chased by, like, some monster. Like, it's great what they did with it was something so just, like, out there and wild that I haven't seen. So the concept for sure was the positive for me.
Agreed.
Negative quality?
Negative quality, I'm probably gonna go with, like, the internal logic, I guess, at points. I really... There's not a lot of problems with this movie, but I really hate when characters do things that don't make sense. And, like, Clark picking up that camera and running around with that just perfect framing of everything for as long as he did was just like, oh my god. Like, it just absolutely drove me insane. I felt like I had a couple more moments of that in the movie that are not coming to mind right now, but it was just stuff where I was just so frustrated with that aspect, and it didn't feel like something that was just like, oh, well, maybe this character. It was like, no.
Totally.
Yeah.
No, it's those things where I can't think of any of them right now as well, but while I was watching them, I'm like, that's something Gio wouldn't like.
Yeah.
Like, it's those kind of, like,
it's the problem with not being fresh out the film.
Yeah.
But
it's just, like, a lot of, like, those, like, actions with, like, lack of motivation, which I feel like happens a lot in horror movies.
100%.
And when I say that, I don't mean to say, like, you're someone who cares all that, but...
No,
but it's
you're right.
something that you always specifically pick out that I have to be like, yeah, you're so right.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say negative quality. I would go with the dialogue, because it just, like, it was fine. Like, it didn't need to have, like, great dialogue. Like, it's a horror movie. Like, for what it was, it was good. Like, the conversations that needed to be, like, big and well done were. But it was nothing, like, special or, like, over the top, and there weren't any lines for me that, like, hit. Like, there weren't any lines that had, like, a punch behind them. For me, personally.
That makes sense.
Which is something I usually look for. And I feel like good horror movie typically have a few of them.
That's true. There were a few, like, shock value lines. I guess they had, like, you know, the stuff with the audiobook, you know, that could have been layered better. Just, I don't know if it could have been written better, but there's just something there that was missing totally with that whole narration aspect.
Totally.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yeah. Alright, now it is time for your segment.
Gio's Hidden Gems, the most expensive movie factoids.
You're back to it?
Well, that one is mine originally.
Oh, right.
Yeah, that's the one at the end, which I actually did change today. Mark Duplass defended Kane Parsons from online rumors that he did not actually direct the movie. Duplass replied to a user, with all due respect, I don't remember seeing you on set. It's hilarious, but have you heard anything about that?
No.
It's all BS. It's become a small story that I read an article about, where it's just, there are rumors that he basically wasn't there while a lot of the stuff was going on, and so they're like, oh, they just got this guy and propped him up to try to get people in theaters or whatever to say it's the youngest director ever. Here's what I think it is. I think they're trying to cover... What do you think? Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I thought you stopped. You were just like, ugh, you're having, having a large opinion. But I think they're literally floating this story out here so that if anybody ever brings up the fact that Kane Parsons did lose a bit of creative control by selling this idea to A24 and whatever the other studio was, they want to have this out here so they can, like, debunk that. You know what I'm saying? Because he doesn't have the level of creative control that an independent filmmaker would.
Totally.
And that's kind of the story they're selling, like he is fully independent, and he's not, you know? So that's, I think it's almost covering up that thing.
Yeah. I would say, you know, and obviously, like, it's not an accurate thing, but when people saying shit like that, like, about some, like, young director, it's like, well, let's look at all of, like, these old-ass Hollywood directors who are never even on, like, they're on set, like, one fucking day.
Exactly.
And then their name is, like, top in the credits and they didn't do shit for the movie. Like, come on.
Yeah, when they are on set, they're watching the freaking, whatever you call it, the monitor from like 50 yards away in the warmth of a little trailer or whatever, or something stupid. Yeah, no, it's 100% true. The other reason it could be out here is because, you know, a lot of people of course don't like YouTubers, specifically people who are coming out of nowhere to be able to make a bunch of money in the box office. They want more control than that. Yes. So, of course, there's going to be a lot of smear stuff towards Kane Parsons.
Yes, because the industry hates that.
Yes.
It's bad for them and all of their evil money-making tactics.
Exactly. At 19, Kane Parsons became A24's youngest director, starting the production after graduating high school. The production built around how many thousand feet of backrooms do you think? It's over 20,000. This is a stupid question. It's 30,000. I don't know why I framed it like that. It would have been like I went way too close on the number anyways. It's 30,000 square feet of backrooms.
I didn't even realize you were asking a question. I was like, what?
Sorry. 30,000 square feet of backrooms built for the set.
Damn.
I mean, that is insanity. So this led to some crew members occasionally getting lost. Imagine getting lost in the backrooms.
Fuck. No, I was thinking, I was like, I wouldn't even want to work on this set.
No, dude, it's too
I'd be
scary.
scared.
Too scary. This $81 million domestically that it grosses more than any other A24 film. Tripled the record held by what? A24 film that we saw not on the podcast, but it was just before the origin of... We've talked about it came up so many times in the pod, which is why I had to bring it up again when I saw it.
When did we see it?
We saw it together.
Like with the parents?
Nope, just me and you.
What did we see, me and you?
Rose-colored glasses. Civil War.
Ah.
It crushed Civil War, which opened with 26 million. But yeah, it's kind of crazy that Civil War comes up again.
Didn't we see that on the podcast?
Nope, we did not.
Huh.
It was just before we saw Deliver Me From Nowhere. That was like November, I think we saw. Or it might have been December that movie came out. I'm not sure. Civil War.
Right.
No. Well, I thought that was gonna blow your mind, man. That Civil War comes up like the 20th time.
No, that
on
is
this
wild.
podcast.
It always returns somehow. It's always top of mind.
Never gonna watch it again though.
I might, because I kind of forgot some of it.
Really?
Do you ever like mix it up in your brain with like Zombieland, or is that just me?
Not really, but they do kind of feel similar. Kind of.
I don't know. I think I watched them around the same time.
Huh.
And that's why. I wanted to ask you to see if that was like a...
It's not just a you thing.
It is just a me thing?
Sorry, it is just a you thing.
See, that's what I was checking. Okay, sorry. Off the rails. No, that is wild. Continue.
Originally cast before negotiations broke down for Mary was Kristen Melody. Do you know her?
No.
I know her extremely well from The Penguin. That was the main thing that I saw her in, and she absolutely killed. But I feel like a couple other roles that she like might be one of my favorite actresses now. Oh yeah, she plays the first wife in The Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh, right. Of course.
She's like she's in a major Black Mirror episode. Which one? Oh yeah,
which I haven't seen.
She's in White Christmas, which is my favorite Black Mirror episode.
Which I haven't seen.
All kinds of stuff. I mean, she kills.
Oh no, she definitely looks familiar.
She kills, man. I would have loved to see her in this role. Oh my goodness. But yeah, should I move forward?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
In-universe TV commercial for Captain Clark's Ottoman Empire was broadcast on Pluto TV, with a working number. So some good guerrilla marketing. Days after the film did well at the box office, there was controversy regarding New York Post. It was the New York Post going towards Kane Parsons, where they doxed him. The director's home address was publicly given, and people called out the publication for doing it because they implied it was jealousy over Parsons' newfound success as a professional director and not being traditional Hollywood.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so they criticized him. They also criticized him. Well, everybody thinks it's a prejudice against him being a YouTuber who happened to gain mainstream, which makes a lot of sense. Why do I keep saying success? It was stated by Parsons supporters and other viewers that the director's non-traditional notoriety and success in the entertainment industry pose a threat. I just keep saying the same thing over and over. I don't know why I wrote all that. Several filmmakers praised the film. Steven Spielberg praised it. I don't know if you saw that interview.
Hell yeah.
Saying that he lauded the ingenuity of creating such highly lucrative, compelling films on micro budgets.
Aww.
This surpassed Marty Supreme as the highest grossing A24 film.
Hell yeah.
Overall. So that was pretty cool. Pirate Clark, the big still life. 7-7. That was played by a real guy. Roman basketball player. Robert Bobrovsky. Romanian basketball player, sorry. Roman basketball player. This is his... This is his second major film role after first being in Alien Romulus. Do you remember hearing about this guy?
No.
Oh, he played this terrifying alien in Alien Romulus, who's just really scary. And so yeah, he's a cool body type for casting.
Nice.
During the latter half of the film, when a completely insane Clark took Mary hostage by strangling her unconscious, she's seated at the table where there are 3 still lifes. Clark's ex is... Fans have theorized Clark's ex-wife claims it... I just wrote it wrong, but this is what I was saying. Fans have theorized that basically Clark's wife is that's Clark's wife.
Yes.
That is the thing, and this is exactly what I was talking about earlier. That is you. Yes, and also, but other people too. This is is not just my theory. So it could be, especially because the woman runs away from Clark when he loses his temper at one point. That's a good point too.
Yeah.
Which is, I don't know if that's a crazy one. The infamous Backrooms bacteria is not shown or mentioned in the film. Don't know if you've ever heard of that, but
nope.
Kane Parsons just wanted one scare, like one entity, which was smart.
And I'm glad.
Yep. Also, what was the body count in this movie?
3?
4, actually. Clark, Kat, Bobby, and the person at the beginning.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. The 5th death could be Pirate Clark, as he's shown laying in a medical bed, apparently. And that was Gio's Hidden Gems. Cash or card accepted.
Hell yeah.
Now to Critics Reviews.
Now it's time for Critic Reviews.
Critics Reviews.
Critic Reviews.
For the good ones, we have Kyle Smith from the Wall Street Journal first. The movie's puzzle palace look and its boldly consistent color scheme conjure up a deep in-the-bones unease that much more experienced directors rarely manage to create. Backrooms may not be a fully explained wonder, but it's well worth the wander. Fresh score.
Ah.
Well written, Kyle.
Yeah.
And it's true, man. It's just one of these things that's like... It's so fun to gawk at. Like, to just go in and try and wrap your freaking mind around and see all the crazy visuals, that stuff that's going on. And to think that it can all make sense, too. Like, at some point is cool. Peter Travers from The Travers Take. You'll be screaming and climbing the walls with Renate Rensive and Chiwetel Ejiofor, I forgot how to say his name, and this claustrophobic Let Me Out of Here groundbreaker from a 20-year-old director. This dude is diabolical. 3.5 out of 4.
Damn.
Yeah, I mean, it is... The horror aspects are fantastic. Like, I've seen a couple horror movies this year now, and I don't want to, like, compare it to Obsession or anything like that, because they're very, very different movies, but that's the one I saw most recently. It knows how to scare you, like, when you're going to sleep at night thinking about shit, rather than just, you know? It's not jump scares, it's to the bone scares, which is what I want, those mental turmoil scares.
Yes.
Now we have the bad, Adam Naiman from The Ringer. Horror cannot live on vibes alone, or else said, vibes have to be immaculately bad, rancid, unsettling, unfathomable. Parsons never works up the compulsive terror needed to justify all the surrounding obliqueness. Rotten score. So speaking to the horror, Adam Naiman didn't think it was there. You know.
Disagree.
I disagree too. I mean, I think, like, what could have been more would have been the common horror movie tropes that you're talking about.
Yeah.
More entities popping out, more types of rooms, more, I don't know, traumatic events that are needing to be relived. I just, this felt like enough. I disagree, Adam. We also have Peter Howell from the Toronto Star. Ejiofor is a gifted actor, stranded in a maze that doesn't quite know what to do with him. Ditto for the screenplay. Rensiev's so luminous in The Worst Person in the World is similarly underused. Now, he brings up something good that I'm going to talk about in my ratings, but it's that I think both of these actors they aren't given enough because their stories are split.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's like one person gets half the movie, the other person gets another half type of thing. And that's a hard thing that I think Peter Howell picked up here. It's 2 out of 4 rating he gave that. And that is it for Critics Reviews.
Yeah. All right, now it is time for our, what did we call it?
Friend of the Show Reviews.
Friend of the Show Review. I thought we had like a cute name for him.
That was the cute name. Thought that was great.
Oh, okay. Well, all right. That works for me.
What did your friends of the show have to say?
Friend of the Show Review. So as I've mentioned, I went with a bunch of my coworkers. So I'm just gonna, I didn't record anything, which I should have. Bad podcast move. But I just kind of want to summarize what they said, because I had sort of a wide opinion. One of my coworkers, he really loved it. He thought it was absolutely incredible. Something you talked about a lot, which we touched on, was just like how much he loved the symbolism of kind of killing this monster, this like memory, sort of like dementia monster of sorts, with this childhood rock that she had, was just like so cool and just like such an interesting take. On the other side of that, like, I had one of my coworkers not really enjoy it and just not kind of, I'm trying to find the words that she exactly said, but just kind of wished it was more of a mystery and more of traveling through the backrooms and getting more of those elements.
Good point.
So that was kind of what she wanted. So she really liked kind of the first half of the movie, but then once it got into the explanations and everything going down, kind of thought it became less scary, almost, kind of knowing all of those things, and wished it went more into that. But through all of my coworkers, it was pretty like, everyone thought it was very scary, for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Many people, like, the days after we were working, were like, I was thinking about that monster when I closed my eyes that night, which is so valid, I think. So I think that was the consensus. The one consensus is that it was a very scary movie, and it did a very good job on the horror side.
Yeah.
But I like the simplicity of it and how they did it, but I completely understand the criticism of the other side of it, of how they wish they went into more of like the elements of the backrooms and exploring more of those types of places.
Yeah.
Which I get. And I think that person also knew a lot more of the sort of backrooms lore that I'm not familiar with.
It's a cool place to be coming from.
So wanted a lot more of that included.
Yeah.
Which I can't really speak on.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
It's awesome. That's some good stuff, man. I wish I went. I wish I was involved in those conversations.
Now it is time for our ratings. Gio, you can take it away with yours.
Thank you. The Backrooms movie, we were not planning to see on the podcast for horror reasons, and I'm very happy we did get to talk about it, because it's one of these movies that is like the greatest thing to talk about. I'm a concept guy through and through, and this is one of these concepts that you just want to sit down with somebody and a Google tab open and just continue to converse about what it could be and and what would be even more fun is getting to write within the concept too, like writing movies about it and things. It's just the best. I think that in execution, the movie, it didn't move within this conversation for me. The story was there, but I did not like how it split in the middle, and it was just the backroom itself that kept me in and kind of ignoring the narrative the whole way, because it once the Backrooms was found, it turned into a true horror movie, and especially once we flipped over to the other character, to Mary, it I don't know, it felt like two halves of a movie, and it would almost work better as like a TV show or something where we could really stretch this out. For the narrative that they did have, though, it wasn't that bad. I don't think this movie is going to win a ton of awards or anything like that, although from a technical side, it's amazing. The sets are amazing. But I really think that it has so much to it with not enough actually there to fill out the concept it has, but because it leaves me wanting more, I almost like it. And I know there is going to be more. Like, I was talking to you a little earlier, it like satisfies me enough and doesn't, but it doesn't satisfy it, but it's not as big as it could be or as good as it could be. I don't know. I'm not finding the words exactly, but for all these reasons, I'm going to sit this one at a 3.9.
Damn. Yeah, wow.
I thought we were going to talk through this and I was going to, like, love but it was just like...
me too.
I don't have... It didn't get worse, but it, like, didn't expand in the way that I feel like we should have been able to. It's like, It's almost like the movie... Did it give us too much? I don't even know. It's weird. I don't know. What about you?
I will say I did like it. I went in with pretty low expectations, mostly because I don't like horror movies because I'm scared of them. Not that I don't like them. I don't like seeing them in the theaters because I'm scared of them. But like overall, like I've been saying, the concept, I really liked what they did with it. I thought the cinematography was really great. Horror movies just like aren't necessarily my thing. Not that I don't like horror movies, and there are horror movies I do like, but what I like a lot from movies is like the dialogue driven part of movies. So there's lots I like about horror movies, of course, like I think the music and the cinematography, but when it comes to like stories and dialogue, it's not necessarily what I always connect with. So just know there's my horror movie preface that my rating will be a little biased based on
skewed
on that, but I really like what they did. I was really glad to see it in theaters. I think the acting, of course, was incredible. We didn't really touch on that much. I really liked it. It just felt like there were just like there were some problems. And it's in a different way. I think it was Michael that I was talking about how it just like things felt like just so like lazy. Mm-hmm. Was that the movie I was talking? Yep. Yeah. And that's not how this felt, but it just felt like a little like just like a few problems that I couldn't, like, it's like that feels like that could have been easily fixed, or if we thought this through, like there were a few of like those little things that were like off and little bits of disconnect for me. Yeah, I enjoyed it, but I didn't think it was a perfect movie. I didn't think it was like fabulous as some of the people I went to the movie with did. So I think I'm gonna lay it at a 3.3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Way down.
Yeah, no, I thought it was good. I did like it. I enjoyed it, for sure.
I had you at like a 3.
I really enjoyed it seeing it in theaters. Like, I thought And I had a good experience seeing it in theaters with everyone as well. Like, that whole time was really fun, so I think that also, is a layer to it. But I just, like, there were just some things where it's, like, I don't, like, the things that you talked about in your, like, negative quality, that just, like...
Yeah, the story being split, I feel like, is so much of that. It doesn't... If you think about, like, how this movie is structured, it almost just, like... It flips way too quickly for both characters, because they get to the points where we want to, like, see things happen, I think, and then we cut to the other person, and then they get up to that point, and then the movie is ending, but, like, it doesn't, the climax maybe doesn't feel big enough. I don't know, I really want to find better evidence for these fucking claims.
It's hard, it's really hard for me to, like, put it into words, and I liked the ending when it ended and, like, the credits started. I was like, yeah, that was great, but it felt like it almost felt like if you showed me that, right?
Yeah.
Like, as a movie you were working on, I'd be like, that's fabulous. Let's put it, like, no, that's not, I don't want to say anything.
Let's put some work into it, Doc.
No.
We gotta get this up to standard.
No, it's like everything, like, at its base level, I do like a lot, but when I start to go into the little things, and if I start to pick it apart, and I wasn't watching it in that way, because I was watching it with all my friends and I was a little bit disconnected, and now talking through it, and I know if I did, I would be able to pick it apart. Like, that's what I mean.
The
Like,
second watch is gonna be interesting. Also,
I really liked the basis of, like, everything in the movie.
Yeah.
But it's just, like, if you win, like, yeah, you know what I mean.
Yeah, the scientist stuff is what we have not even brought up yet.
Yeah.
But I think that's gotta be that was your least favorite scene. That's a big... I don't know if it's a problem with the story, but it doesn't fit this story when you think about it. Like, they threw in this aspect of this government, you know, this like, corporation that is looking into the Backrooms and figuring out what it is, and then they become a big part of the story at the end to, like, you know, have this conversation with our main character, and it's just like, where is this coming from? This doesn't, it's like, as a controlled story, it might work a little bit better without all that.
Totally, but as, like, the abrupt cutoff and how they ended that movie, I think I was able to just, like, not care about that conversation when I already kind of didn't care. I'm like, what the fuck is even... Do I have to pay attention to all this shit they're saying about, like, MRI? Like, what... I don't know what the fuck they're talking about right now.
Yeah, what do you think about the MRI stuff? There's gotta be something there connected to, like, X-rays... Like, magnets? I have no idea. There's got to be something, right? I don't know. I don't know if we have the pieces to be able to connect that one.
No, but I do think, like, there's a lot of good, like, conversations that can derive from, like, there's a lot of very good loose ends that I like, but...
Yeah. It's all... you can all...
I love it as, like, how I watched it, I feel like, was the perfect way to view it.
Yeah. Yours totally
and,
was.
like, if I watched it, even, like, if we were actually doing an episode on it and we watched it, I feel like I would have come out of the movie liking it a lot less. Because I was so disconnected, because I was worried about, like...
Makes sense.
Well, I was, like, stressed about being scared. And I was also, like, with all of my friends and not totally, like... looking at it with, like, a sharp eye.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I would say go see this movie in theaters.
Do.
Support...
YouTubers making movies.
Yeah. Important. They're doing well, so keep going. I might go back and see it again. Who's to say?
I'm going back and seeing it again tomorrow, so...
I don't know if I can bear going back and seeing it in theaters again, but maybe. We'll see. It's important. Yeah, anything else on the Backrooms?
No, I think I'm all good.
Fabulous. So the next movie that we are seeing, Spielberg directed.
Yeah.
It's Disclosure Day.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm sorry, I'm so bad at hyping up our new movies, because I usually don't know much about them.
Yeah, no, it's quite fun.
That's it.
I know a whole lot about this one because I'm making a video on Spielberg's connection to aliens through the lens of Close Encounters of the Third Kind. So,
do you want to give your pitch for? Do you want to hype it up?
A movie. No, I'm good.
A movie. No, I think that's
good
perfect.
enough. That's
perfect.
pretty good pitch.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
I think I'm all
share?
good, dude.
Great.
I'm vibing.
So with that, I'm Mara.
And I'm Gio.
So join us next week after opening weekend because waiting to talk about movies is clearly not our thing. This is, I think it's white cran strawberry.
Huh? I've never heard of that.
Ocean Spray. Do you recognize that little logo?
No.
Fuck.
Like,
I feel like
maybe.
cran grape would be the one that you would have known.
Huh.
They're just like really sugary juices that I think are delicious.
Thanks for choosing Ocean
But
Spray.
I got the white cran strawberry one, and I think it's pretty good. Last time I got a cran raspberry lemonade one. That was real good. Are you calling the number on the back?
Yeah, I just want to ask a couple. It said any questions that you want to have.
An available agent will be happy to speak with you. Your call is important to us and may be monitored or recorded.
This is taking too long already.
Thank you for calling Ocean Spray. My name is Valerie. How may I assist you today?
Hi, Valerie. I really was just calling up because I wanted to really just give you guys a compliment. You know, I hadn't had Ocean Spray in a long, long time, and I just had a sip of this, what is it, cran grape. And I don't know if there's some place to keep that compliment or something, but that just wanted that out there in the universe so you guys could know.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much. You know, I will agree with that. I think that grape is very good. It's my preference or one of my favorites. So glad to hear that you enjoy it so much. Is it recent that, or you said that you hadn't had in a while, but had you ever tried it before in the past?
I had never tried it, and this is my first time. And unfortunately, I don't have too much time right now to keep talking about. I apologize. I'm gonna have to leave you. But again, just I hope that you have a good one. I hope that you can get a sip of this cranberry or whatever the heck, cran grape. It was fantastic.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to call us. We greatly appreciate you.
Yeah, no problem.
Enjoy.
Bye-bye.
What the fuck?
That was awesome.